I think if you're betting that your career is going to be an actor and you want to be like on film or on TV, I think the writing's on the wall. I just think that AI is going to come and just wipe it out. And actors are great. Like they make great salespeople, as you do.
I'm taking that soundbite and putting it on LinkedIn. Say it again.
You're a great salesperson, Connor.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Travel Nerds. Kenny, we're like very close to 100 episodes.
I know. We have a little group chat where we talk about the pod and what we're going to do for the 100th. Or actually, you know what? This wasn't the 100th episode. This was the 100th referral partner, which we're also closing in on. And True. I said, what should we do for a party for the 100th episode? And what did you recommend?
I don't even remember what I said. Is that bad?
Laser tag. I was like, dude, how lame is this? I mean, what, do you want to go to Dave & Buster's? No offense to Dave & Buster's. We've already been canceled by Outback, but I was like, you want to go to laser tag? What?
Come on. Everybody loves laser tag. I don't know one person that doesn't.
I want to do paintball, so when I hit you, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to just get a little buzz, like, oh, tag, not it. I want it to like be a little sting, so you remember me, you know?
I feel like you would get way too into it and we could never be friends after that.
Oh my God. It would be like,
I feel like you'd take it way too seriously, or like I would take my helmet off to like go get a sip of water and you would like shoot me in the face or something.
No, that's not cool. That's fucked up. I have morals and yeah.
No, this was just me gauging like your opinion on it. So since you said that was messed up publicly on the pod.
No, that's too much. That's too much. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you ever seen that movie? What is it? Is it Failure to Launch? Where she goes to the, it's Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson. No. It's Matthew McConaughey and Sarah Jessica Parker. And then they go paintballing in. No? Okay. Deep pull. People listening are going to be like, I love that movie. I know exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah. Deep pull.
Yeah, it was a little too niche. My bad. Great movie, though. Great rom-com if you're into that. Speaking
better
of great
than
rom-coms,
Definitely Maybe, or the one that we just saw with Anne Hathaway?
Yes, I was going to say, speaking of great rom-coms, Kenny and I have a hardcore suggestion for you.
Go for it.
So it's called The Idea of You. It's with this actor. That's so messed up of me as someone who likes to act to be like, I don't know his name and I'm not going to look it up. But that guy and Anne Hathaway are in a new rom-com on Amazon Prime. The Idea of You. Chef's Kiss.
It was so good.
It was so good that when it was, we watched it on the plane. When it was over, we both just like sat there for a second, looked at each other and we're like, is that the best movie you've seen that's the best rom-com I've seen in like 5-10 years. 10 years.
It was incredible. Yeah. And old. Just so in case that he's a listener of the pod, it's Nicholas Galitzine. Maybe I'm saying it right. Maybe I'm not. But Matt, you could go ahead and put his face up on the screen. He did amazing. Like,
he's got a nice
face. Anne Hathaway is great. This guy was amazing in the movie. I was like, damn, this guy can really act. He played the role of Hayes Campbell so good. It's definitely worth a download on your next plane. And it's also not short too. I think it was like 2 hours, over 2 hours of runtime too.
And what's so really cool is the premise is that this mother, she has, recently gotten divorced. He left her for a younger woman. She like is just a bored mom at home, a working mom. She ends up having to take her daughter and her friends to Coachella, and she like runs into this guy that she meets. She's like, haha, whatever. And then goes to the stage to see the show of her daughter's favorite band when she was younger. And it's the guy. So that's kind of like the opening. But I thought it was awesome. What's cool is since it's about a band, the band is called August Moon in the movie. He actually sang, like it's his voice singing in the movie.
He was good.
And all the people that are like part of his band, those are just actors. And, they all just kind of put together this fake band. And what's so cool is their single from the movie just like was at the top of the Billboard charts this week as a quote unquote, like as August Moon, which is so cool. It was like a fake band and they made like a cool song in the movie and it actually blew up.
That's like Shallow, right? Like that
Oh,
was just like a movie song, but then you're like Shallow. Every time it comes on like a
tell me
bar,
something more. Every time
I
I
won't
hear
even
it,
join in. It's so good.
I love that song so much. Speaking of music, something interesting did just happen with AI. So we remember back in the day when like that guy, I forgot what his name is. He was like an online presence, made a Kanye song, and he just like wrote the lyrics to this song and told AI to put it in Kanye's voice. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah,
That
yeah, I
was
do.
crazy, and that song was actually amazing. Something similar happened, but a little upgraded version. Drake released an AI song where the features on that song were Snoop Dogg and Tupac, which is
Sick.
insane. It's also so cool of him to just like not really say anything about it and just be like beep and this like it came out. I think that it was a bad idea in the end because the Tupac estate now is suing him over the AI generated track with him as a feature. It's also complicated, no? Because the Tupac estate is suing Drake. But, you know, Tupac, you know, unless you believe in conspiracy theories. So it's kind of a weird situation. Like, is this where we are now where I can go online and make a song as Dolly Parton and put it out? Like, there's just a lot of, I would be afraid to be an artist and get, you know, my shit stolen, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, and I think that this trend or this mechanic that's happening now is only going to get worse. It's going to get worse for musicians. It's going to get worse for people in the movies. In
Yeah.
popular culture, I believe OpenAI just kind of spoofed the voice of why am I losing the actress in her Scarlett Johansson, who played an AI in the movies. OpenAI, I reportedly use her voice for the voice of their AI, and Scarlett Johansson had to, I think, do like a cease and desist or sue them, which was super interesting. I think that this is accelerating. It's only going to get worse. And the question that I wanted to ask you, Hollywood and actors, writers, everybody that's creative is really afraid of AI, and they should be. And there's a big war brewing, and whoever wins this war is going to basically earn the spoils for probably the next 50 years. So
Yeah.
the war that's brewing is your likeness, your voice, your movements, how you appear is going to be able to be copied by AI. And in reality, there probably will be a movie made in the next 10 years that looks like a real feature film that has no real actors, which is
So
insane,
weird.
right? And it'll be unique voices, unique looks to everybody. And this movie will be made completely in the same way that an animated movie is today, right? Where it's
Okay.
just going to be computer generated.
But in the same way of like Tom Cruise, you know, not allowing production companies or anybody to use his likeness. How did he do that? How do you protect yourself against this?
Yeah, I think that this is going to be the big fight that brews of like, what is your intellectual property? Where does that start and end? And there will be some subset of actors, right? So let's say that Sean Connery, who's passed away, rest in peace,
Mm-hmm.
that a movie producer comes and says, hey, I want to use you as you appeared in your 30s to be the star of my movie, right? Then his estate has to say either yes or no. Let's say that the estate's like, well, we're not making any money on all the other James Bond stuff and all his other stuff. So you're going to give me $10 million so Sean Connery can like star in my movie? Sure. You can own his image and likeness. That's what's going to start happening where actors are basically going to have enough footage and enough training data where they're going to star in movies that they never had to appear on set for. So my question to you as a actor, actress, does that scare you? Like, let me give you like a Sophie's choice. So you were just on an episode of The Shy. Let's say fictitiously that you get paid $10,000 per day, right? And you show up, you do the whole thing, you meet everyone, you shake hands, and you're there. You make your $10,000 for the day, and you go home. Let's say that a year later, they contact you and they're like, hey, we have all this footage of you. We actually want to use your likeness, but we don't need you to come in. So we're not going to pay you $10,000 a day, but for every hour that that we have to spend on the computer, basically we're going to pay you basically 1/5 of the cost that it cost us to used to have you in person. We'll pay you $2,000 for this episode, but you don't have to do anything. You just stay at home and you collect the check. Would you do that? And how do you feel about that? Because that day is likely coming.
I would obviously rather be on set and be there. It's also a control thing. Oh, great. I'm going to be in this episode. I wasn't there. I don't know what the dialogue is. I just see it come out and go, oh, that's what they did with me. That's crazy and terrifying. And no, I don't want it. But from always wanting to be like on the back end of the film industry and do directing or something like that, why would I not do that? Actors are fickle. They're late. They don't know their lines. Like, these are things you would never have to worry about. Why? Especially, what if you need to like get, this happens all the time. You need to get an emotion and a particular emotion out of an actor on set, and they're like not giving you what you need. Why would you not? As an actor, that sucks. And it takes away the entire joy and reasoning why you would do it. Also, why do they need me? If they can just use my likeness and I'm just like a random nobody, they're just going to start like making avatar people that aren't real, that they owe nothing to. So I essentially am completely obsolete. But yeah, if you're on the production side of things, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I personally think, and maybe this is too extreme of an opinion, but I think if you're a 15-year-old today and your dream is to be an actor, I think you should have a different dream. I don't think that it's going to be financially viable. And I know people don't get in it for the money, but I think that basically what's going to happen is it's going to come down to like economics, right? Where you have a budget for a movie. Movies aren't making the same amount of money these days because of streaming. So naturally, it's going to need to shrink, right? So there's not as much money available. But technology is going to allow you to create extras and maybe even normal characters. And I mean, it's going to get to the point where say that they want to have Sean Connery be in a movie and make him like he's 40 years old. I mean, they're going to be able to do that, and they're going to be able to do it for pennies on the dollar of what they would pay you. And then it's going to create a race to the bottom for actors, right? So like a leading actor could make, or maybe the leading people are safe from this because they're like a box office draw, but everyone else that's not a leader, I think that there's going to be a race to the bottom with wages. And if unions don't step in and basically like fight this fight hardcore, I think the studios are going to win, and the cost to make a movie is going to go down, 2,000%. And I think actors are done. I don't think that it's a long-term. I don't think that it's a
actors are not done. Thing. I think that there's two different types of acting, primarily. And you got your theater and you got film. So it is quite interesting to think about, like, people might be hungry to see real people acting, and like maybe there'll be a resurgence in theater, because I feel like we kind of lost that over the past 5-10 years. And it used to be a really big thing, and now it needs to get a little bit more attention. So maybe that's a good thing that could come out of it. But yeah, I mean, shit, if you want me to be anything you want, I could be an ogre, that speaks French, and I could be a better actor than Brad Pitt because you're manipulating my face. I just don't understand why you would ever meet anyone again. And then it's weird because, like, where is the line of celebrity? Because do you remember that Black Mirror episode where Miley Cyrus was a pop star?
No, I never watched I've heard of Black Mirror episodes, but I've never actually watched.
So it was really good. If you haven't seen Black Mirror, you are 100% missing out. But basically, there was this girl, and her name was Ashley O. She's played by Miley Cyrus, but she's not real. And she's just this AI fame sensation. And everyone's obsessed with her, and they can make unlimited songs, and she can do unlimited things online. And I don't know, like, are we heading away from the traditional celebrity or famous person that needs to be talented if it has anything to do with like AI influence, because you can't fake being a good golfer because of AI. But why would anyone ever hire me to be in anything ever again?
I don't think that they're going to need to.
I don't think that they will, and here I am.
Yeah, I think it's over. I really do think unless you have a name like Tom Cruise, where people are like, I'm going to see this movie because it's Tom Cruise. I think everyone else, I don't think it'll happen suddenly. So I think for like 5 years, you're safe. But after 5 years, I mean, if you've seen some of these things that these AI programs can do, it's over. There's no more game left here to like play. And Gary Vee said something interesting the other day. He thinks that there's going to be talent agencies that 100% own the IP and manage AI avatars. And it's already kind of happening, where there's going to be fake people that exist online that have followers and profiles and do digital appearances, and they will not exist in the real world. So I personally think that people didn't think that AI was going to come for the creative fields. They thought it was going to be safe, but it actually does better with the creative stuff. And it stinks at some stuff like doing complex math, which is crazy, right? People thought it was going to be like swapped.
Switched, yeah.
But I think that if you're betting that your career is going to be an actor and you want to be like on film or on TV, I think the writing's on the wall. I would start getting another skill. And actors are great. Like they make great salespeople, as you do. There's a lot of transferable skills there, but I just think that AI is going to come and just wipe it out.
Kenny just said I'm a great salesperson on the pod. I'm taking that soundbite and putting it on LinkedIn. Say it again.
You're a great salesperson, Connor.
Amazing. Well, I was going to say another funny story, but I do like these shorter episodes, so maybe I'll save that juicy story for the next one.
It's a juicy story from 2018, so we're going to take a little trip down memory lane. It's juicy.
Memory lane.
It's a great place to live.
Memory lane.
Memory lane.
You didn't.
I had a stroke.
Yeah, I had a stroke.
Second one of the day.
Well, you might have had a stroke, but I'm about to have a beer because it's 5 p.m. on a Friday and it's Memorial Day weekend. I don't know when this will come out, but I hope by the time you guys listen to this, you had a great Memorial Day weekend. And we appreciate a happy hour over here at Travel Nerds. So enjoy your margarita, Kenny.
Thank you.
Have a
Me and
wonderful
Sarah
weekend.
are about to have virtual ones.
And if you guys have any topic ideas, go ahead and email hello@travelnerds.co. Follow us at Travel Nerds Pod. And yeah, you guys are the best. Later, nerds.